Today we got this Craftsman rear tiller, and the compression release on this is shot. Pull cord rips right out of your hand when you try to pull it. I've tried messing with the valves, still did nothing, so we're gonna have to tear into this engine and take it all apart. So Briggs Stratton making this as robust as possible here, obviously. So here's the dilemma. I could buy a new one, but it's the exact same setup. So I put this back together, as you can see here. It's just, this is all the compression release is. Instead of putting it on the cam lobe, like they should have, they put this little spring on here. And if the spring gets out of place, well, now you can't start your engine. Basically, this spring and this pin jumped out and then allowed the decompression to not function properly. So I can order a new one, but it's the exact same thing. So I'm going to put this one back in and see if the compression release works then. So let's get this back into the machine and see what we got. We have our gear lined up right here, and we need our lifters. And this is going to be the struggle. We're going to need our lifters to stay in place while we get this lined up. We got a mark on this side, so that's what we need to line up to. On here, it's kind of hard to see, but this notch is going to line up to a little tiny mark that's on this. I'll bring it in here and show you. See this mark here? Okay, that mark needs to line up with the mark on the plastic camshaft. I'm gonna set this like so. Turn this until we can get lined up. Do it? No. One tooth out, I think. There you go. You can kind of see there that mark right there is lined up with that one there. So we should be good to go. Drop our push rods back in, swing our rockers back on, loosen these, took the valve cover off. There we go. These are super loose, but I want to see if that decompression is going to work. I got this all back together. I don't know if you guys can see in there. Hopefully you can. There we go. There's a good image of it. So now we're going to pull this over and see if this decompression works. So this should spin around, and that right there should give it, see, that little bit of bump right there. And that's it. That's the decompression, that little bump. And then when this spins fast enough, it's going to pivot out of the way. There's the compression stroke. You can see here, once this spins fast enough, this centrifugal force will spin it out, so we're not bumping that. So I got the valves all set. We just need to get this cover back on. I fixed the recoil. All I did was put the string back on. This recoil was kind of a pain. Person broke it before, so this had to be riveted back on. The case on the side back on, put some oil in it and see if we can get any life out of this. All right, the only thing left to do now is to see if this thing will run. Let's put this in the middle throttle here. Give that a little spritz. Go. Nice. This is so much easier to pull. Before it felt like it was like locked up. I don't think we're getting fuel. Probably have to dig into that. Yeah, it's definitely having fuel issues. So we're going to have to get into that, but that's awesome. I'm so happy that it's running. Got the covers back on, the wheel back on. Now the next issue we need to tackle is this carburetor. You've seen it'll run on starting fluid, but as soon as that runs out, it's gone. So we're going to take this all off and see what's going on in there. There's 1, 2. Oh, I am going to be doing a giveaway on one of these drills soon. So make sure you subscribe to see my next videos come out, and I'll let you know when that giveaway happens. All right, so what we got here is pretty nasty gasket. And this feels like it's cork. All right, we just gotta pinch off this fuel line. Actually, there's a fuel shutoff right here. If it works. Guess we'll find out. Ooh, that already does not look good. All right, got that off. We just got to pull these 2 bolts here, and we should be able to take this off. All right, looks like we got a spacer coming with it. Pull these bolts. Swing that around. All right, we got it free. Let's get this over on the bench and take a look. This thing looks like it's been, look at how bad. This thing's been beat. All right. Fuel does not smell or look good. There's a lot of fuel coming out. Here is our, yeah, look at that fuel in there. That doesn't look good at all. I'm probably going to have to drain that whole tank. All right. It's about as disassembled as these get. We're going to have to drop this whole thing into the ultrasonic and see if we can get it cleaned up. Just got everything back out of the ultrasonic, and it cleaned up pretty good. We just got to run a torch tip cleaner through this and make sure that all of the passageways are clear. Let's see. Grab our tiny one. So we're just going to start in here. Just run the torch tip cleaner through every single little hole you can find, just to make sure it's clear. And then our main jet here, that's clear. I'm also going to run put a micro drill bit set through the main jet just to make sure. We're going to come back through with some carb clean, spray all of the holes, and we should be good to assemble. Some may think this is overkill for the carburetor, going through the ultrasonic and then probing it and then spraying carb cleaner through it. The thing is I don't want to have to take this thing back off if there's any issues. You know what I mean? So it's clear. All clear. Good to reassemble. All right, let's put it back on the machine and see how it works. All right, let's see if this thing runs without choke now. Or runs without die-in. This is in the middle, choke is on. Let's try. It started. I'm gonna do a cold start and see how this tilts. Worked pretty good, as far as I can tell. I think that's a wrap on this. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I come out with new content every week, so don't forget to check back next week. If you like this kind of content, I got more right here. And I'll see you next time.